Where is Yuta Okotsu? That was the question everyone had been waiting to find out. Was he still back at the base watching Yuji and Higuruma jump in after Kashimo got turned into a waffle? Did he sneak out and manage to get on a one-way trip back to Kenya? I mean, if Miguel finally managed to get more of that black rope, that might actually be a good thing, but unfortunately, there's likely no more black rope and no reason for Yuta to have been there unless he was actually running, which he wasn't. Yuta held the fate of Jujutsu Kaisen in his hands, and he did not disappoint. He went for the head, and Kenny couldn't even react fast enough to use the anti-gravity system. Yuta was not playing around and might have just saved everyone with this choice. There were always only two places Yuta could have gone to: the battlefield with Sukuna or out the show Takaba and Kenny were putting on. With Gojo and Kashimo killed by Sukuna, Yuta had the chance to be next up, as stated by Kenjaku. Yuta is one of the three Jujutsu High heavy hitters Sukuna needed to watch out for if Gojo was defeated, which he was. Particularly Yuta, who is already the clear number 2 to Gojo. The only opponent to beat Sukuna would have been immediately after the fight. That's why Kenny believed he would have been free to do as he pleased and take out the rest of the Culling Game players. As we now know, the Jujutsu High group had a plan for that. They realized that even if they did all jump Sukuna and someone won, Kenny could just jump them. That would put them in a horrible position, especially if they suffered more losses against Sukuna. In order to avoid that possibility, Hana suggested that they send Takaba to ambush Kenny, and so far, it seems to have worked in their favor, as Takaba gave Yuta the opening he needed to ambush Kenny. You see, Yuta himself had made it his own personal mission to kill Kenny himself after all. It's funny because we have seen Kenny underestimate Yuta back when he said he could not be the next Satoru Gojo, and now we see what happened. Yuta does not have to be the next Gojo to kill Kenny and play a key role in saving the Jujutsu world. In order for the Jujutsu High side to win, they must defeat Sukuna and kill Kenny to potentially stop the merger. Yuta's purpose is to ensure the completion of all of those tasks, if not both. After all, the reason Yuta did not go after Kenny or Sukuna earlier was due to the fact he is a big part of Jujutsu High's insurance. Otherwise, he would have jumped in to help Gojo with Sukuna's parents. Maharaga and Agito. Kashimo called next though, and it seemed like Maki was ready to go too. Yuta was calmed down by Kusakabe though, and eventually realized it was for the best he hadn't gone, since it allowed Gojo to use Hollow Purple the way he did without having to worry. Still, even that wasn't enough to finish off Sukuna, who split Gojo in half off screen. We can even see Yuta watching, enraged, as he watches Gojo's death. After seeing that, I have no doubt Yuta wants to kill Sukuna just as much as Kenny. Plus, we can't forget the agreement Yuji made with Yuta. Even though Sukuna is not in Yuji's body anymore, Yuta did agree to kill Sukuna if he ever took over again. Yuji also told Yuta that Sukuna was planning something for Megami, which we have seen come to fruition. Megami did say if Sukuna did come out and he died, then just have Yuta kill Yuji then. Well, even though the terms have changed a bit, I'm sure Megami will want the same thing. Yuta had the choice to go after Sukuna or Kenny if necessary. Both of them caused his master and savior great pain. Kenny stole the body of Gojo's best friend, and Sukuna killed Gojo. Being the second strongest to Gojo means he could turn the tide of battle, but it depended on who he went after. He could go after a weakened Kenny and potentially stop the merger by killing him quickly, or he could try to avenge Gojo by fighting Sukuna alongside Yuji. As of now, Yuta chose to assassinate Kenny. Jujutsu High played their trump card, and it seems to have worked as of chapter 243. Assuming Kenny did die here, and everything went according to plan, Yuta would have completed one of their main goals and be able to go straight to Yuji and join the battle against Sukuna to avenge his master. However, this is Kenjaku we're talking about. Even as he was dying in Geto's body, Kenny said that his will would be inherited. Kenny's role in the story is likely not finished, which means Jujutsu High will likely have to fight a battle on two fronts: Yuji vs Sukuna and Yuta vs Kenjaku. There are 2, maybe 3 ways I can see Kenny causing trouble. First, we need to see what happens with Geto's body. When Toji beat Geto, he refrained from killing him because he did not know what would happen to all the cursed spirits Geto had taken. For all we know, all those cursed spirits Geto or Kenny had absorbed in his body might come out. That would definitely be some trouble for Yuta. Another thing Kenny might be able to do is have his brain transferred to another body. We don't know the exact specifics of how he can do that, but it would be insane if he took Gojo's body, forcing Yuta and Yuji to fight their former master. The last one is the most probable, but it's the merger starting anyways. At that point, anything can happen, but it will also mean Yuta would have failed an important part of the plan. With that said though, I think I can definitely say Yuta is the key to victory for the main cast. His choice to engage Kenny and the result of those actions will decide the fate of Jujutsu Kaisen. But yeah, that's it for me. I wanted to make a quick video on Jujutsu Kaisen after seeing Yuta finally do something and beat the allegations. So thanks for watching if you got this far. Please drop a like and subscribe too if you enjoyed the video. Peace.